Call of Duty points are now in Infinite Warfare. If you want the best way to get free Call of Duty points, click the link down in the description, install the app, and start getting yourself some free Call of Duty points today. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything you guys need to know about the update today, patch 1.13 on Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Already 13 updates into Infinite Warfare, and that's what I like to see. I think Black Ops 3 right now is on 21, and we're only a few months into into Infinite Warfare, and we're already on 13. So I like to see how much they've been updating this game. Quite a few updates into this game right now, a few balancing changes, but mostly added features, changed features, stuff like that. If you guys could drop a like on this video, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the support on today's videos. I uploaded one earlier about some stuff that was going around with the contracts, and another one about Black Ops 2 is now actually backwards compatible onto Xbox One, so you might want to check out those videos from earlier today. But drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and patch 1.13, let's get right into it. So obviously the first thing that we're going to talk about is a few of these added features in. The first one, of course, will be contracts. Contracts are now in Infinite Warfare, and I will show a picture up on the screen right now. How the contracts work is basically there's only two contracts right now. They're both based on weekly. One is based on mission teams, and one is for an epic weapon hack. They made a video earlier today talking about this because they put the contracts into the game. Then as I was completing the contracts, they just randomly removed the contracts out because they were bugging out. But by the time this video is going up, the contracts are now fixed and back to normal in Infinite Warfare, or at least that's how it is when I'm recording this commentary. Who knows if they keep messing around with it, but contracts now in Infinite Warfare. It's not the best contract system, but neither was Black Ops 3 when it came out. Actually, Black Ops 3 was, probably better when it came out, but it takes time, and I hope over the next couple of updates they keep making this contract system a lot better in Infinite Warfare, because as of right now, 2 contracts that I could complete in less than 2 hours, which are supposed to last you the whole week, not really good for, the grinders. It's good for the weekend casuals, but the grinders are going to be completing these contracts and being left wanting more. But let's talk about some other new updates. Now, they have changed the Quartermaster. The Quartermaster new layout, I'll show that up on the screen right now. How the new Quartermaster layout is it's got a feature tab, a supply drops, and an armory tab. It's not all on the same screen. You have to actually go bumper through them, and basically they just changed a bit of their layout. I think it's to advertise their 15-pack bundle with the bonus, because when you go into the Quartermaster, that's the first thing you'll see. If you want to go over to the normal supply drops and to see all the potential prototype weapons under the armory, you're going to have to go and bumper through. So I think that's just a promotional tactic, and that's why they changed the Quartermaster layout. Maybe they'll change it back after this bundle, but I think it'll probably just remain the same, and they'll always have a bundle going. That's how I think it would go, because it seems like they made a featured tab for a reason. Either there's going to be some sort of deal featured all the time, or they'll probably just take away the feature tab and just have it on supply drops and armory when there's nothing going on. Another update is with today's IW update, you can now earn double XP tokens from supply drops. Now, I'm not entirely sure how these work, and I'll show a picture of it up on the screen right now. But I think basically you pop one of these tokens, and if for one game it gets you double XP. So if you get this rare one, which you can see on the screen, says ×5. I'm just kind of guessing because I've never gotten one of these from supply drops, but I would guess that means ×5 double XP games. So you get 5 games of double XP. I might have to open some supply drops because double XP seems like something that would be worth going for supply drops. I might do a supply drop opening for that. I'm kind of not worth it because there's probably nothing else new into the game. I should probably wait for some more new stuff. But that's how that works with that. Another update is they added another voice pack. So they already had the UK Special Forces and the Method Man, and now they have Aussie Man Reviews, which I actually didn't know who this was. So I did a quick Google search. This is a YouTuber, I'm guessing an Australian YouTuber. It goes around with the Aussie Man, and he basically just commentates and does like voiceovers on YouTube. And it looks like they've got him on, or Infinity Ward's got him on to this game. Not sure if I'm going to purchase that voice pack. Right now I'm rocking with the Method Man one. This screenshot wasn't from my game, that's why it doesn't say that I'm rocking with the Method Man one. That's the one I rock with, and I do kind of like that one. But these voice packs, I think they're only what, $4 or $2, so it might be something that I might have to check out. If you guys are into voice packs, there's something there. Now with the actual full-on patch notes, those are the added features. There are some changes to gameplay, and we'll have to go through and read them out. The first one will be the KBS longbow and the TF-141 inflict different amounts of damage, which is inconsistent when comparing the weapons damage stats for both weapons. This has been fixed, so just a technical thing being fixed right there. A lot of fixes with Blood Anvil missions, with combat record, with stuff that just wasn't showing properly, various map fixes, adjustments to active camo visibility. Active camo will now be slightly slightly more visible, mainly while in motion. So that is a nerf to active camo. That is a balance change. It's something that if you're an active camo user, you're going to be slightly more visible, and that's definitely going to affect the gameplay there. Another one is that they did make a few more changes to different things. One is that the shockwave updates. Now, shockwave is a trait under the Merc where basically you slam the ground similar to what you would do in advanced warfare. And what they did with the shockwave updates is they increased the non-lethal damage. They slightly increased non-lethal radius of shockwaves performed from low and moderate heights, slightly increased lethal radius of shockwaves performed from moderate heights, and greatly increased lethal radius of shockwaves performed from great heights. So an overall buff to the shockwave. I saw Optic Karma was already complaining about this on Twitter. He said, yeah, we'll play some money 8s, but only if shockwave is not going to be played. I haven't tested this out to see how strong it is. This was sort of an irrelevant thing in the game before. It wasn't something that was very strong. No one really ran it. But maybe now, because of these updates, maybe shockwave is actually overpowered, or at least usable. We'll have to test it out. You guys let me know in the comment section down below if you are a shockwave player. I personally am not. I'm more like a man-at-arms or a synaptic propulsion player. Those are my two favorite traits in the game. Those two are probably, yeah, those two are, or maybe even ping. Ping is under the warfighter is another one of my favorite ones. But those are the changes to that. They did slide adjustments, slightly reduced maximum initial slide velocity. So they changed the sliding. You're not going to slide as far on your initial slide. Not sure why they did this or what the reasoning was behind this, but that's basically the change there, and I guess I can just read it out. And I was playing on this new patch update when I was going for the contracts, and I really didn't notice any difference at all. The only reason I noticed is, or the only reason I knew about this is because it's actually written in the patch notes itself. Another thing is that they adjusted search and destroy spawns on retaliation when defending. Defender spawns were moved forward to facilitate faster times to the bomb site. So fixing a little bit of search and destroy on that map, but I think that actually is an MLG map that's played. I'm not sure if it's played on search and destroy or only on. I think, yeah, it definitely is. And so they made some changes to that because, of course, with Call of Duty and with most of these esports games, a lot of the patch updates, and one thing that's really difficult is finding the balance between competitive play and casual play. And because, you know, that's why certain things are banned in competitive play that are available in casual play, because there's two different, especially with Call of Duty, it's so split up. Call of Duty is a game that it's basically, and its roots of it are just casual players, and Call of Duty is the game that you have 10 or 20 minutes, you can't really hop on CSGO or League of Legends or H1Z1, but if you have 10 minutes, you can go play one TDM before you go to soccer practice on Call of Duty, and it's a very casual game. That's why it's always appealed to casual people. But of course, the esports scene for Call of Duty is actually, I believe, bigger than it's ever been, and some people will be surprised by hearing that, but I think that MLG Anaheim this year, which is an event I'm actually going to be going to, it's in June, I think June 15th, but I think that's going to be the biggest. What I saw some of the pro casters and people from Activision saying on Twitter and from MLG is that that's going to be one of the biggest events ever, and that the esports scene is still growing. I think the last tournament had like 120k viewers watching the finals, so even on a game like Infinite Warfare, which isn't as popular with the casual scene, the competitive scene and the esports scene is still really growing and really active with Call of Duty, and that's why they really need to find those balances between this patch update. Of course, I'd say with these things, the shockwave changes, the active camo changes, the slide adjustments, the search and destroy, it seems like this one was mainly an update for competitive players. However, that does also affect us in the casual gameplays. And one thing about this update is it is pretty cool. It adds pretty much all positive stuff. I'd like to see the contracts updated, but one thing they're still missing here is two things actually I want to mention. One, it's been a long time since they've updated with some 12 new prototypes, and I have a lot of salvage. I have like almost 10k. I think I have 9,500 salvage saved up. I want to see 12 new prototypes or 10 new or however many new ones, new epics that I can buy and make videos on. I want that in the game. And number two is score streak variants. These things have been leaked since I think January or February, like late January, early February. Where are they? These things are definitely made. They've been leaked so many times on Reddit through different files, data mine. They are in the game and they are planned to come out. Did they just scrap those completely? Because it doesn't seem like them to make something and to have it 100% ready to go, especially something that's going to make them money with epic and rare and legendary, score streak variants. I think that's still definitely going to be coming out, but I thought it would be today. When I logged on to PS4, I was one of the first people, actually, it was kind of a coincidence. When I was turning on my PS4 is when the update was going, so I was like one of the first people to get this update in the world. I thought in my head, score streak variants, but we're still, to no avail. We didn't get that yet today, but I'm sure it's going to be coming out soon, or I mean that's what I would assume. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like on this thing. 2,000 likes would be absolutely awesome. Subscribe for Cookie and Don't Looky. That's about it, guys. See you later. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.